loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you how you can save money by meal planning for the week. As a stay-at-home mom, I'm always looking for ways to help my husband save money, and sticking to a budget has been the key. Because before I was stressing out on what to make for that day or what to make for that week, and I would buy all these random things, and at the end of the week it would just go to waste because I wouldn't use them and they would just rot, and it would just break my heart knowing that I was throwing away food that somebody could have, could be eating. So I said, you know what, we have to change. We have to do something where I get to buy what I want and what I plan to use and use it, not have it go to waste. Not only that, but it also adds up, because if you don't make enough, then your husband or your significant other who's out there working, or even you have to order out, and it gets costly, especially all these apps that they be charging a lot. Instead, you could use that money for like bills or things you need to really buy, or clothes for your kids, or equipment for their sports activities and stuff like that. I just feel like money can be invested somewhere else. Step 1, set a weekly grocery budget. How much can you spend for that week? So the first thing I like to do is I will ask my husband, like, basically, what did you get for this week? And his paycheck fluctuates every week, just because sometimes he'll do overtime, sometimes he won't. So depending on what he does that week, we'll know and we'll go from there. So for instance, for an example, he made $1,000 for this week. I'm an old school person. I love a paper and a pen. So I would write down $1,000 on top, and then I would go to my calendar. I have a calendar where I write all the bills for that month and go weekly. So for that week, I would see what is due. So like, for example, Verizon is due that week on Tuesday, let's say $80, I would write it down. Or Con Edison is due that week on Thursday, $200, I would write it down, stuff like that. So I would first write down the bills that need to get paid, and then I would also include gas. I would also include the food. So I would do an estimate. For instance, I would just shoot a number, $100, right? So I would put $100 for groceries, and then I would look at anything else that needs to be done for that week. Like, let's say we needed to buy cleats for our son who's starting flag football, and I needed to buy his cleats. I knew I would have to have that there. I will come up with a number, and that's the number that we are left with. And from there, I will think about, maybe I might want to add $50 for myself for that week in case the kids want ice cream for that week, and I will easily be able to give them some. So I would come up with this number, and then I would tell my husband, hey, you're left with this and that. Are you okay with that? He's like, yeah, that's a lot. Don't worry, take some more. So I would go and I will take a little more for groceries. If I had 100, then I would add $50 extra, giving me 150 for the groceries for that week. And then I will leave him with what he's okay with for that week, because I also don't want him to feel stressed out either, not having enough for himself in case stuff needs to get done. Like the other day, our car had a flat, and so just came out of nowhere, and we had to have funds for that. Also want to have something on the side just for emergencies. Step 2, look at the list of things you really need. So what I like to do is I like to have like a little small whiteboard right next to my fridge, and I'll write down the stuff that I'm running low on. So stuff like dish soap that is really costly when you go into the stores are like, $5? And if you buy it from wholesale, it's like $10 to $15. Get a whole gallon. Like that, I want to write down in the whiteboard, knowing that I need to buy soon. Just don't want to hold off. Baby wipes or diapers, stuff like that. And this is just all going to help you with your budgeting. Step 3, you want to look at what ingredients you already have. So open up that freezer and check out what meats you already have. So if you have ground beef already, if you have maybe a couple pork chops in there, or if you have some drumsticks, what do you have? From there, you can pretty much see what you want to kind of make for that week. If you're running low on certain meats and you want to maybe incorporate chicken, and you see, I think I need to buy drumsticks for this week, then you'll write it down on your grocery list. Step 4, make your weekly meal plans. And this is when you get to choose what kind of meals to plan for the week. If you buy a bag of broccoli, you kind of want to make other other dishes that include broccoli during that week. So let's say on Monday you added broccoli to your rice and chicken. Maybe that Thursday you may want to make chicken soup, and in there you can add some broccoli so it doesn't go to waste, and you can use as much as you can from that bag of broccoli before it goes bad. I suggest looking at TikTok. I know it's funny, but TikTok is so good at recipes. They tell you what you need and they break it down quickly, and the videos are quick and easy, and you can always pause, you can always go back. And I just feel like sometimes I need stuff quickly, so then TikTok is the place for me. But you can also check YouTube, of course, for nice recipes based on your cuisine that you may want that day. I like to mix it up, so I like a little bit of everything. And just make sure you calculate how long it takes to make that recipe, just because in case, like if you're like me, I'm a mom that has to take the boys to sports. I like quick, easy recipes that I know that I can cook really quickly, like in an hour or less, or that I can make earlier in the day and I could just reheat quickly for them once they come from school. And so yeah, just something to look out for. This is what I like to do. I like to grab a piece of paper and write down the days of the week that I plan to cook for that week. So if today is Sunday, I'm going to start for tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because Friday's payday. So I will stop there and I will have something for those 5 days. So let's say if my kiddos go to sport on Tuesday, I will try to look for something quick and easy to make, maybe baked ziti. And let's say they have another sport on Thursday, I would look for something quick and easy to make as well, maybe ground beef with spaghetti. And you can always add like a salad on the side or garlic bread on the side, or anything that you may want. And you have Monday, you have Wednesday, and you have Friday. These 3 days, what are you going to plan to make those days? So I would say maybe on Monday I can make rice and chicken, so I would make sure I have chicken. I gotta make sure I have rice. Maybe I might want to add beans, so I might want to make sure I have some kidney beans or lentil beans. What kind of beans do I want? Also maybe on Wednesday I may want to make a soup if I already have chicken, and add some carrots, have celery. There's so many things you can mix and match. Have 2 chickens and no meat that day, maybe ground beef that day. And for Friday, maybe I have a pork chop in the freezer that could come in for Friday. So something like this, I like to plan ahead what I plan to make for that week and go based on the schedule. So especially on my kids, what activities they have going on and how long I have. And I want to make sure I make enough for my husband to take to work, because that is also very important. You want to make enough for them to take to lunch for the next day. That way they don't have to order out, or for yourself. And step 5, buy what's on your list. Don't go overboard and start buying other things, because I'm telling you, it's not going to help you. It's just going to make it stressful for you. It might seem like a lot of planning, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes easier. Trust me. And you're going to save a lot of money and less stress for yourself as well, because you'll know what to make that day, because you'll look at your list and you'll be like, oh, on Monday I'm making this, and everyone else will know too. I thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye my loves. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, bye guys.